There are some English schools that allow you to study for like short term. So I use that
Oh,
program.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you?
Can you, I'm doing great too. Can you introduce yourself to us?
Sure. So my name is Sigma, and I have our own YouTube channel called From Japan Sigma, and I've been making the videos as like Japanese culture or Japanese histories, and also Philippines things because I've been to the Philippines and I loved it. So yeah, this is basically the idea. Yeah.
So, what took you to the Philippines?
I wanted to study in English in the Philippines, but I experienced more than that. Yeah.
More than that, like more than what? Do you mind sharing
Mo-
with us?
Yeah, so firstly, I was supposed to stay in the Philippines for 4 weeks, in the Cebu Island, and I've been there, and of course studied in English because it was kind of my, planning. But as I lived in the Philippines, stayed in the Philippines, I met lots of the people who were super generous that you can't meet in Japan. You can't meet in
Really?
Japan, or like, yeah, like super generous. Like, of course, I love Japanese people because I'm here, but like the generosity of the Filipinos are like superb. Like, I can't even describe it. So I loved it.
Uh,
Yeah.
how long did you spend in the Philippines?
Almost 2 months. Yeah.
So that means you didn't go ahead with the English learning.
What do you mean?
Like you wanted to go to the Philippines to study English.
Yes, because there
So
are
what
some
happened?
no, there are some English schools that allow you to study for like short term. So I use that
Oh,
program. Yeah, yeah. I went
how
there and
short? How short?
oh well, from 1 week to a year. Yeah, you can choose. Yeah.
So are you trying to tell me that this your English was learnt within that short period of time in the Philippines?
Could you say it again?
This your English right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn it in the Philippines within a short period of time?
Yeah, I did. Well,
So
of course,
why?
I've studied by myself, but yeah, I studied in the Philippines, especially.
Oh, good to know. So I was going to ask you, why did you choose to go and learn English in the Philippines? Why not other countries like America, US,
Mm-hmm.
Canada?
Well, the first reason was because of cost. The Philippines was like cost-wise, it's pretty kind for me. Like I was a student. I'm a student right now as well, but I was a student, so that I didn't really have much money. I couldn't really afford to go to the US or the UK to study in English, so that instead I chose the Philippines, and it was absolutely right choice. Yeah.
So what course are you taking up
Course, I am taking the economics right now and accounting
in
as
your
well.
in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. So, what was the culture shock you experienced the first time you got to the Philippines?
Well, where to begin? Where to begin? Let me think. Okay, first one was when I went to the jeepney. Would you say jeepney, right? You call it a
Yeah,
jeepney.
it's different.
Yeah, when I ride on the jeepney, people talked to me like it super shocked me because in Japan we don't talk to the strangers like no.
Really?
Nah, I don't know. Maybe because we are too shy, but we don't talk. Which I kind of get it, but in the same time, I want to talk. Like I want to be more open. But when I went to the Philippines, people talk to me like as though we are super close friend, and it was super cool. Yeah, and it shocked me like as in the
Aw.
cultural way. Yeah,
So
and
what
I
about
loved
the
it.
food?
Food. Well, honestly, I wasn't. Well, I'm not a huge fan of that. To be honest, I had been only staying for almost 2 months, so I couldn't really get used to eating the food in the Philippines. So yeah, I
What?
always went to the Japanese shop in the Ayala Mall or some. I miss Japanese food when I stayed in the Philippines. To be honest.
Okay. So, what made you to become a Filipino content creator?
Well, so as I said, I had such a great time in the Philippines. Like I loved it. But to be honest, the countries that I've been were only the South Korea and the Philippines, so I haven't really experienced abroad much in my life. But I'm pretty sure that I won't ever forget the Philippines. And I also know the fact that a lot of people don't know about the Philippines. Like they know Philippines, but they don't know the greatness of the Philippines. So I kind of wanted to, introduce the Philippines as I'm using the YouTube as a platform. So yeah, this is the reason why I've been making the contents about the Philippines in my channel.
So, this period that you've been making Philippines content on your channel, what do you have to say about the Filipino subscribers who come to watch your videos?
Firstly, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Um, it's really hard time. Like people can't really, go abroad. People really can't, meet people, talk to people, and especially for you guys, definitely it's tough because you guys love talking to people. But we'll get through. I'm pretty sure. And after this situation kind of cools down, I definitely will go to the Philippines and have such a nice experience as I did in before. So yeah.
So, recently, well, it's let me not say recently. I think sometimes last year, I've been seeing some saga on YouTube. Some
It's
there
pretty
was this
confusing, yeah.
there's this lady on YouTube, Jessica. You know her? She's
I don't
Japanese.
I don't know, sorry.
She has a
Jessica.
big, she has a large YouTube subscribers. She
Oh,
makes Filipino content. She's Japanese. And
oh,
sometimes she makes a video like why Japanese talk down on Filipino English. So I wanted to ask you, what do you have to say about that? Because I noticed some Japanese people are making fun of Filipino English, and seeing a Japanese like you go there to study. So why Japanese make fun of Filipino English? Do you have anything to say about that?
I don't really know. Wait, are you pretty
Mm.
sure that Japanese people make fun of Filipinos in English? Filipinos in English,
I,
right? I
yeah.
I have honestly no idea, and no, because as you might already know, the Japanese people don't really speak in English.
Mm, mm,
Like
mm,
we have a ranking like English proficiency, and Japan is ranked at like 57 or 58 or like super low class in a sense.
mm.
So I'm quite not sure why do they make fun of Philippines English. I can't really get it. I'm sorry. I can't really answer your question. Sorry about
Oh, it's okay. I thought
that.
you have an idea because this lady, she's always addressing that issue.
I don't know. I mean, the point is that because we don't really speak in English, we can't really distinguish between even British English and American English, which is quite obvious for the English speakers, right? But Japanese
Yeah.
people can't really distinguish because Japanese people don't speak in English much.
Anyway, I like the way you speak. You are so outspoken. I can
Thank you.
understand you. And I think you're
Appreciate
the
it.
first. Okay, I have met some Japanese in the Philippines when I was there. So I think you're the first person I get to interview as a Japanese
Oh,
on this channel.
glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Thank you
So
for having
I
me.
was going to ask you, how is life in your country, in
In
Japan?
Japan,
Yeah,
do you mean right now?
yeah.
Well, it's pretty tough as you can imagine. But because we don't have like super strict rule, people can still go out. But we still have the state of emergency, which government issued, so that we can't really go out at late time. Yeah, COVID situation pretty devastated us right now. However, because Japanese people are kind of polite and try to keep the rule, we are doing our best right now. Yeah, so in the COVID situation, pretty tough. And my life, I was also affected by the COVID-19 because I was supposed to be an exchange student in the UK, but obviously I couldn't. I mean, that program got canceled because of the COVID, and yeah,
Yeah.
pretty screwed. But yeah, we'll see.
So, do you mind me asking you how old you are?
Oh no, no. 21 years old.
You have a girlfriend?
Nah, I wanna have a
Because I know
girlfriend.
some people will be looking for your Instagram handle because I told you were handsome, so they would want to message you.
I'm not. I'm not. It's very flattering. It's very flattering, but I'm
You've
not.
met
And
you've met some black people over there, some black
y-
girls over there in Japan.
yes, I have. I have. And I actually was asked by her to do the collaboration, so I did it in my channel as well. From
Collaboration with a
Nigeria.
black lady.
Yeah, from Nigerian.
So, as a young guy, can you share with us the challenges you've encountered in your life as a young guy?
Yeah, sure. So as I said, I had been studying English for like 2 years, and I had been studying economics for 2 years for just going abroad as an exchange student by using their programs that's in my university in Japan.
Mm, mm,
But I mean, yeah, I think I really made huge efforts for that, but it was canceled. It was super devastating for me. Yeah, I got super depressed. I got super disappointed by that. However, I also got to know that those things, of course, there's nothing that we can do. So what we can do is to, enhance our quality of life by, doing what I truly should do or what I truly want to do in order
mm,
to do what, I want to do in the future, right? So
mm.
yeah, I of course I'm also doing something that I don't want to right now because I mean what I really want to do is to go abroad right now. However, I can't. So now I'm dealing with something that's I really not hoping to do. However, I'm pretty sure that those things can make me do what I want to do in the future. So I don't know if that makes sense, but you know, life's a tough, but
Yeah.
I'm still trying to be happy by doing what I should do, and that what make me do what I want to do in the future.
So, what's your religion?
I don't have a religion. Sorry, I'm
You don't
not.
have religion.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Japan is kind of the
Okay.
countries where people don't have religion much. Like it's pretty
Okay.
crazy. Like, have you ever heard of the religion called Shinto?
Shinto? No.
Yeah, Shinto is like Buddhism.
Okay.
Yeah, like shrine or temple. In the August we go to shrine or temple to pray, and then Christmas we go to church and to pray. So Japan's are kind of crazy.
So, what do you guys pray to in the church?
I don't know. We just go to the church and just feel the atmosphere of the Christmas in the church, and it's beautiful. And I hope this next year is gonna be the brilliant, and just
You
pray for
you
our
should have
like luck.
you should have someone you praying to, you worshiping. You should not just be here and there. You should be specific. You should have someone. Like for example, me, I worship God in heaven. I believe in
Hmm.
Jesus Christ. So He is the one I've been worshiping. So you have to get to sit down and think and said, whom will I be worshiping? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some
yeah, I
people
do.
worship fame, money, house, cars, animals, stones. Everybody have religion, but you don't know which one you're worshiping. You are just here and there. So you have
I
to
don't
be
go. I don't go there. Just Japanese
you
people
just be
go there.
specific. You just have to be specific and know where
I
you
know.
stand.
Right. So this
Hmm.
is the point that I don't get about Japanese people. Like people are going to church, people are going to shrine, people are going to temple. Which are you in? You get what I'm
I know, right?
saying? It's pretty crazy,
So,
huh?
in conclusion, what advice would you give to anyone out there that is leaving their country to go and study in another country?
Oh, that's a nice question. Let me think. Do
Okay.
you mean that the people who are planning to go abroad or people who already
Yes.
planning?
Anyone planning to go abroad?
Okay, cool. Well, what I can say is that the countries that you are going to necessarily don't have the culture that you guys have, right? Like the
True.
Philippines didn't have the culture that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But don't try to be someone who's saying like, "Oh, my country is like this," or "My country is like this." Like, just do what those people do and adjust to it, and so that you can learn the things that you can learn in your countries, because like there are lots of things other than languages in the abroad, I think.
True.
And I
True.
definitely learned it in the Philippines. Like people are super generous that I can't really find in Japan. But some people are of course crazy, like as other countries. Every country has like ignorant people, and then
Yeah.
so do we. And but like great stuff, bad stuff, just be open to learn what you can learn in other countries. Like don't be closed-minded, and my country
True.
wasn't like that. So yeah, I think this is the kind of the best advice that I can give.
Thank you. I
Thank
even
you.
took pick something out of your advice. Thank you.
Thank you too.
So, guys, okay, after this interview, you leave a comment so that I can pin your comment so that they can go support you too. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so we are done with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this interview. I hope you learned one or two things from this, and God bless you.